Shalom, Assalamualaikum, peace and love, Shalom, peace and blessings in Hebrew, Achi and Akoti, brothers and sisters, so we quite got that right. Just going to do yesterday's Torah, I'm a little bit late, it's a late, just like the typical Hopi bird. This is like, bird is a British slang for a woman and a sister. Every time I lay my head down, it's so warm. Girl, when you're 1,000 miles away, I still feel your body next to me. Girl, we come and go, but yeah. That's best of 2019 to 2022. Reggae Rhythms Mix Part 1 featuring Busy Signal. I keep getting that, trying to get really God, his phone don't take text. That's an anonymous rapper. They're not anonymous, I just can't remember the name. Jug Cure, Chris Martin, that's a good name. How are you going, brother? Any relative? And Ginger, Gin, G-I-N, Jar. That's a gin, or it could be a ginger. I saw in South Park, gingers have no souls, I don't believe it. When I was at a demonstration in Newcastle with my good friend just 2 years ago, where I got Bagheera, but he was called Orozco. He come back in black. That was after he died as the ragdoll, and that's when he used to go and play Blue-Eyed Willie Lynch and buy slaves back. I thought he brought me back because I sold myself into slavery. We just play games to fight each other back, you know. And then he's a superior officer, and he has and he's White Paw. He'd like to be known as Immortal White Paw, formerly known as Kittens, like Prince and his daddy apparently will take me. Excuse me. I wonder if he needs psychiatric help. Anyway, more seriously, let's just say the blessing. I'm a day late on the tour. My voice isn't very nice, but some of the brothers in prison, so they want me. It'll be tonight or whenever you get it. This is pre-recorded. I'm doing it because, same as me, some of these other tour teachers and musicians, they're doing really nasty things. They're very cute before tour recitation. Big shout out to Naval Juali, Islamic Temple Science, and your leader, the one and only Sir Laron McKinley Bay. We're going to make you a knight of the British Empire. The special relationship between me, Michelle Caroline Martin, also known as Brion Reedy Bingy, also known as Masha Allah. I'm not telling you my new name that Jesus told me to go and get a white stone because you might call me. I'll be busy worshipping Allah. Do not disturb on my WhatsApp. And the 6 counties of Northern Ireland under British occupation will be restored. I don't even say inshallah because we all know God is willing. I envision, it's up to Allah, this is he asked me what I think. I envision a united federation, something along the lines of the Anarchist Federation of Great Britain. I've never been a member, but I'm kind of like ghosting around the outside looking in, you know, wondering how hip-hop could have been, wondering how anarchy could have been if we were obedient to Allah, you know. An independent England, independent Scotland. My mum's roots, Granny Clegg, has been saved, even though she wasn't a proper Christian. I need someone's help with the children, you know. Ireland, yeah, half Irish. My original name, of course, Corcoran, the hidden court of the Quran, you know. But yes, we were prophets, priests, and kings. Hebrew is like the tribe of Dan, and yesterday we were tribe of Don, like the big bosses, not the mafia dons, the Pia dons, PHI, or PI, the law of love, instead of F, because PH and F are interchangeable. We restored our special relationship with America that the UK and America used to enjoy under these right-wing Republicans. I think it's taking a song says, I'll let them live so they can see us overthrow the government. Show money. And of course, we all know who President of the USA really is, the one and only MFN, MP. Yeah, we'll make him an MP of Great Britain, like Bobby Sands, the hunger striker. IRA, Irish Republican Army, he's back. Yeah, they're all waiting for their new bodies. Lucky they haven't got their bodies, so my little one-bedroom apartment would be crowded. Yeah, so we're restoring our special relationship. Our focus tomorrow when we get paid is on the prisoners in America, our brothers, mainly few sisters, Yorgas, called by the tribe of Rubin, that's in Australia, Nungas. And basically brothers in the prison, military industrial complex, going through similar saints tribulations as their sisters and inshallah hopeful girlfriends, potential wives in the UK and America. And we do have brothers in prison. I'm hoping to see a Muslim brother in Wandsworth prison or somewhere and form a relationship where I can take books into him, you know. Bless Adonai, Lord in Hebrew, who is to be blessed. Baraku Adonai Hamivoraka. Blessed is Adonai, who is to be blessed forever and ever. Baruch Adonai Hamivoraka Olam Vaed. And bless you, Allah. Sweet. I don't know what SWT stands for. I must look it up because no one's commented. Everyone's very shy with me. I know you're in prison, you only get certain. That's why I'm on Twitter tweeting, because you only get a certain amount of words to say, don't you? Yeah, and we're all practicing for when only Allah will let people speak and will say what He wants. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe. He chose us from all the peoples, that's us Israelites. So I understand, and chose us to be a light to the Gentiles. We are Yah's first chosen, not only chosen. That's me adding that. No accusations, please, of changing scripture. This is in other scriptures, okay? Vinatan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Let's, yeah. And then the reading is, and yesterday, I was so sorry I didn't put it on the, his birds are a bit loud. That's White Boy really loves his birds. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? He's only young. Birds is pretty slang for women, you know. I hope there's not a double meaning there, White Boy, like in the Quran, where Allah warns us they will use double meanings. That's okay, I can use double meanings in a good way, a pure, holy way. God will guide me. He has me in derision. He had me in derision long enough, now he's turned his derision on the haters. This is birds chirping, nature sounds in the forest with acts of nature. I'm sure you prisoners are enjoying that. I'm coming through on CIA, Criminals in Action. We're former criminals in action. AC, Ark of the Covenant, 10, the 10 brave men, and the 10 tribes of Israel that went astray to the Americas and other places. That's a type of schizophrenia that's induced by technology. They call it the voice of God. It was the voice of Satan. Allah has not chosen to speak for it. Let's hope He doesn't. I love Allah, but that would be scary. You know, people would probably tremble with excitement and love and fear and just disintegrate into space. Right, so I'm just looking for what the Torah reading is. Leviticus 9:1 to 11:47. So that's Leviticus. So that spells 911, and that's the Ethiopian New Year. The day they chose to blow up the Twin Towers, signifying they were trying to separate the twin flames. Judgment started to my mind, on when King Emperor Selassie and his empress, my mum, and Queen Menem, took the twin flames of judgment in Ethiopia. Selassie asked the UK army to help him. I think they did in the end, a bit reluctantly, you know. This queen, she bowed down before him. She knew who he was, and then with the wicked witch, Mary Magdalene, the great whore of Babylon, they tried to put her names of blasphemy on me 3 times. They thought they could overcome them, you know, and they'd been in charge. The recent text says, I'm just going to say this one more time, motherfucker. It sounds similar in Arabic to the word for birthright or inheritance. They switched it. All things work to good for those who love Allah, to those who are called according to His purpose. That's from the Bible. And they plot and plan, and so does Yahweh, and He is the best of planners. And the parashot for today is Shemini the 8th. And there's been reports that some of us that are overcoming this Morgellons, which is the first part of the mark of the beast, second is COVID-19, and the third, of course, is when the wicked will take an implant in their hands and forehead because they don't trust in the legs of God, Jah Rastafari, to provide for His people. Psalms, never have I seen the righteous forsaken or received beg for bread. I actually have, and I have been righteous, and picked up cigarette butts and chicken once, I confess. I am a princess from heaven. I ran away after stole the ship. Orion has that ship now. I believe they're back already. There's been reports of a ship on NASA and to do with Osiris. But yeah, I am the female Osiris because I had schizophrenia and plenty other things they've done to me. Anyway, it's a brand new day today, so let's give thanks for life. Leviticus 9:1 to 11. Offerings for the priest. And nowadays it's offerings for the priest and the priestess. And the priestess, i.e. me. But it's okay. Jar provides. I'm a hobbit. When hobbits have a birthday, they send presents out. Inshallah, Tech's going to try and send a little bit extra tomorrow, and I'll be sending presents. And it came to pass on the 8th day that Moses called Aaron and his sons and the elders of Israel. And that's also in Ezekiel 43:27. Just quickly interject. Remember I say, under the Hebrew language, A, E, I, O, U in the English version are interchangeable, and you can add and take away at will. So Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, the Levi priesthood. We're now in Haiti. We love Haiti. Ha, that's one of my names. Ha ha ha, Paddy Clark. That's a book I like. Can't remember the author, Irish author. Yeah, and I had the first successful slave uprising in a terrible state. I'll be looking for a good charity in Haiti to send at least £10 tomorrow. I can promise that, as long as I don't forget. And it won't be Allah's will if I forget. It will be my fault for the street and the psychiatric drugs I've done and the long-term COVID, which causes brain fog and memory loss. And the Morgellons. So I was dead almost twice. Couldn't read a book, couldn't get out of bed hardly. Was very sick, and that's when I realised I had a soul. I said to myself, not only are they trying to kill my body and my mind, but my soul. And in my head, my voice was going around talking to myself. A soul, you have a soul. And now I know soul in Hebrew is Nephesh, Nephesh. So Aaron can be Erin, Erin, old name for the blessed island of Ireland. And he said unto Aaron, take thee a young calf for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering, without blemish, and offer them before the Lord, Adonai. Leviticus 4:1-12. And LORD I saw in the Line of Judah Society books. I'm going to try and order one tomorrow. I don't know whether he'll send it because he's a counterfeit, you know. The original blessed brother actually Wyndham Yarden, aka Ras, Idonis, a prince, you know. In other words, Yazrael, the name Yazrael is the name Jacob, the hill, there's usurper, the hill snatcher from the wicked issue that sought his birthright with trying. But it was crocodile tears. All he wanted was to be a big boss on earth. He did not care for the spiritual inheritance. So Allah, knowing the hearts, like Yeshua does, Jesus refused him. LORD in the Line of Judas books can be the Ark of the Covenant. So I am also the Lord, but I'm not the Lord of Lords, you know. And there's loads of me. Apparently the Ark of the Covenant, the original, is back at Tara, Tara in Ireland. In Ethiopian, Tarara, Tarara is mountain. It's actually a hill though, which is Shilego. I'll let go take on the road, but I got lost, so I was all on my own and wondering through hell. It wasn't very nice. And unto the children of Yisrael thou shalt speak, saying, take ye a kid of the goats for a sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year, without blemish, for a burnt offering. Leviticus 4:23-28. Also a bullock and a ram for shalom, peace offerings, to sacrifice before the Lord, and a meat offering mingled with oil, for today the Lord will appear unto you well. Leviticus 2:4, Exodus 29:43. And they brought that which Moses commanded before the tabernacle of the congregation, and all the congregation drew near and stood before the Lord in the presence of. And Musa said, this is the thing which the Lord commanded that you should do, and the glory, kabod in Hebrew, of the Lord shall appear unto you. And Musa said unto Aaron, go unto the altar, and offer thy sin offering, and thy burnt offering, and make an atonement for thyself, and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as Adonai, the Lord, commanded. Aaron therefore went unto the altar, and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood unto him, and he dipped his fingers in the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar, and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar. Then altar, like an altar where we, I'm going to make another little altar in my house again to kneel down before Allah and pray, just with the candles and incense. And then I like to kneel down on my sofa. I had a room that was really old, but I've got all nice new coverings for it, just like Solomon had when he seduced Sheba. Apparently she sold him out, but he's gone back to the Shulamite women. Tonight, if I'm feeling a bit romantic and brave, I'll be reading from the Passion translation of Song of Solomon. I have to confess the normal King James version I don't like. I find it highly sexualised and it shouldn't really be in the Bible, but the Song of Songs, and it's for men as well. It's how Jesus thinks of his bride, you know, Isa they call him in the Quran. There's only one word of Allah, and I'm also the tiny little bit at the end, because Muhammad was the last prophet and the Quran are just that little end bit for those that rejected Muhammad and Jesus, etc., etc. The last chance is me and Technique and White Paul, you know. Yes, the royal family in an unholy form, but made holy by Allah. So there you go. Nothing is impossible with Allah. And unto the children of Israel ye shall speak, say, take ye a kid of the goats for an sin offering, and a calf and a lamb, both of the first year, without blemish, for a burnt offering. Leviticus 4:23-28. Also a bullock and a ram for peace offerings, to sacrifice before the Lord, and a meat offering mingled with oil. Oh, sorry, I've already done that, haven't I? And they brought that which Moses commanded before the tabernacle of the congregation, and all the congregation drew near and stood before the Lord in the presence of. Apparently that wasn't a mistake, like in the Bible and the Quran, sometimes I believe it's even 3 times, and forgive me, my memory is not right. I blame Asian, and I'm not being nasty, I do forgive you. I blame Asian Dumb Foundation. I listened to their song Memory War too many times. The scene of the crime is in your mind. Oh God. He controls the past, controls the present, controls the future. So let's take over the stargates. By order of Allah. I have no power apart from him, same as Jesus. And Moses said, this is the thing which the Lord commanded that you shall do, and the glory, kabod of the Lord shall appear unto you. And Moses said unto Aaron, go unto the altar, and offer thy sin offering, and thy burnt offering, and make an atonement for thyself, and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as the Lord commanded. So ALTR altar can be ALTER, and there's a song called Altered, there's a band called Altered Images, they have a song called Happy Birthday. I was born again approximately just over 6 months ago. I was watching, and I think he might have, he got really angry. I could feel it, I didn't write to him again. Rabbi Greg from Beth Yeshua International, a non-ethnic Messianic Jew. He didn't like being told that, and I told it in the kindest of fashion. I thought I was a Gentile for ages, and I said, yeah, why shouldn't we go into, some call it slavery. I said, you know, it says right in the Bible that the Gentiles, and now I know I'm a Hebrew, so they'll be my servants and handmaidens, because I would like someone a little bit to hoover my back's really bad, or to help me like choose what to wear and that, because I'm not very feminine, and Tech deserves a better woman than me, you know, and servants, you know, maybe someone to help me do a bit of gardening, a gardener man like Bubba Baggins had, the Hobbit in Lord of the Rings. But Jesus is Aragorn, son of Arathorn, same as now. Not many people recognise the royal family. Yes, altered images. And then I was made an honorary citizen of Ethiopia, or which was changed to Abyssinia, you know, the underworld, Sheol. And that was a few days ago. So give thanks, I'm an international citizen, like I always wanted to be in the SPGB, Socialist Party Great Britain. And then atonement can be at one meant, you know, at one. We're all one, Gentiles and Jews. Let's not forget, fellow Hebrew Israelites, especially tribe of Yehuda, I must rebuke you in love, Messiah says, and I obey him rather than any black man that's a fascist. Do you understand? Elder Ruha, you're going to hell. You'll be on earth for a while to be mocked and scoffed, you know, and beaten and tortured, same as what you've done to children, you sexual feed. And Moses said unto Aaron, go unto the altar and offer thy sin offering and thy burnt offering, and make an atonement for thyself and for the people, and offer the offering of the people, and make an atonement for them, as the Lord commanded. Yeah, in Genesis, if you kind of read it carefully, there's 2 creations, and in the Quran, Allah says that He that gives you life twice, or something like that. Aaron therefore went unto the altar and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood unto him, and he dipped his finger in the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar, and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar. But the fat, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver of the sin offerings, he burnt upon the altar, as the Lord commanded Moses. And the flesh and the hides he burned with fire without the camp. Leviticus 4:11 and 12:8-17. And then just like the original Jesus that suffered outside the gates of Israel, me as the female Christ, the Antichrist, ANTE, one that comes before, like when you're about to give birth, you go through an antenatal clinic to check yours and the baby's health is fine. And from all my videos and ramblings and things, it's very obvious that I'm not against Christ, you know what I mean? Yeah, I love him to death. I shouldn't say that, love him. He loved me to life, you know. And the sons of Aaron brought the blood unto him, and he dipped his finger, Tatoch, in Ethiopian, in the blood, and put it upon the horns of the altar, and poured out the blood at the bottom of the altar. And the flesh and the hide he burnt with fire without the camp. So we're in Somerset, suffering outside the gate of Kingston, on Thames, not Jamaica. There is a Stargate, but they're not going to tell me anything because I've got a big mouth. I don't know, I haven't been for any Stargates apart from in my dreams. Whitehall goes all the time, but you know, I'm too big apparently, and just, you know, someone's got to stay here, you know, to hold the place down. Yeah, so we're in Surbiton, or Surbiton, Flat C, 66 Guildford Avenue, Surbiton, Surrey. It's kind of Greater London, but Surrey as well. KT5 8DQ. The little wall, I like to think it's the wall in Jerusalem, and there's mostly like, there's a little bit of tobacco there at the moment, and a lighter, and Rizzlers, and water, a blue jumper from Sinus, Fascist, Marks and Spencer's. Won't be shopping there again. Yeah. And he slew the burnt offering, and Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled round about upon the altar. Leviticus 1:5 and 8:19. And they presented the burnt offering unto him, and the pieces thereof, and the heads, and he burnt them upon the altar. And he did wash the inwards and the legs, and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. Leviticus 8:21. Yeah, they've altered my images. I'm not Isis. The text does say that. Natural beauty. I'm the one, deaf, the beautiful angel singing with him. She says, deaf angel, don't forget there are those that benefit by your scars. That's the scars of Morgellons when I'm carrying the contraband as a power horse. And yeah, terrible stretch marks. They're all cleaning up now, and all kind of like little funny things underneath my skin, but it's all smooth now. My legs are hairy like issues. I was supposed to be carrying tech around. Spiritually, they manifest in the physical like things do. And now they're so smooth, I don't even need to shave them, you know. It's just nice. I've got 2 swimming costumes. I haven't been swimming for years because of the state of my legs, and just because, you know, I can't stand water on me at the moment. I just wash with like baby wipes and things, and I'm not allowed to wash properly because I'm here for evidence gathering, you understand? So I insides, and he did wash the inwards and the legs, and the inwards, like my stomach and the other saints, has been hollowed out. I first saw this about 15 years ago. A lady with Morgellons had a terrible stomach. She went to hospital, they looked inside, and all her organs had been removed. This is similar to the rituals like they do to the dead, the rites of Egypt and shaman. We smoke tobacco. I will. I'm so sorry. I did promise yesterday. Please forgive me. May Allah punish me for disobedience and forgetfulness. Oh, he shouldn't. No, yeah, Jesus will take that sin. Thank you, Black Jesus. Thank you so much. I've got my pen right here and my notebook, so I'm just going to write it down. Video on smoking. Thank you so much, Jesus, and thank you, the person that reminded me telepathically. Video, and I'll put smoking only, and I'll put smoking in the title, and I'll do that by tomorrow morning. 2:52 p.m. now. I have the mental health home treatment team coming to force me to take the dangerous pills again, you know, otherwise I get sectioned. It's okay, it means I'm actually in the hospital and I'm like finishing my dreams and that. I have to get on with the Torah text says. Oh yeah, and we smoke tobacco because the shaman darts that are in this Morgellons, it's a satanic plot, a genetic plague against the tribe of Dan, but now they spread it worldwide, same as they started off with the Black Gentiles, or maybe Hebrews, Africans, brethren. Yes, some of us come back in time, or we were born already, you know, and we're reversing the curses in Charlotte even as we speak. Our tribulations will soon be over, fellow saints. Let us hold firm until the end. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Yeah, smoking, tobacco, and let's not forget the tribe of Gad. They kept their fringes and know some of the names when they're chanting their drums. You can hear the Native Americans. Yahweh, and the fringes are what reminds us to keep the Torah, you know. And he washed the inwards and the legs and burnt them upon the burnt offering on the altar. I'm getting burnt with directed energy weapons, mostly come from upstairs in Flat D. And then 9a, which is Aaron therefore went unto the altar and slew the calf of the sin offering, which was for himself or herself, if you want to call it Erin, E-R-I-N, old name for Ireland. Even though Erin had just been anointed as high priestess, well, with all her holy garments, I haven't got them. I'm wearing nice clothes that text shows to me from a machine, S-H-E-I-N. I'll be doing a Facebook page on Saints Clothes. I will be buying pajamas, men's pajamas, and sending them to someone, a woman or a man that can take them to the brothers in prison if they're allowed, you know, like a low security prison, you know. And we all have our spiritual clothes now, hopefully, you know, garments of white. Apostle Paul used to give handkerchiefs, that's in the Bible, and he saw Jesus out of time on the road to Damascus and Muslims. And he used to give handkerchiefs to the sick. And he said the fellow Christians did not turn him away for the spoiling of their goods. Most of the Christian scholars think that's the taking away of their goods, you know, by bailiffs and things, which is going to be happening to our enemies right about now. The Fox soul brother, I don't know when, but very, very soon, inshallah. We need to pray on these things, you know. The Morgellons, it's like a plague, a type of leprosy. It's in us and in our belongings and everywhere. Falling from the sky, the chemtrails. It's about fourfold concentrated in the smoking. And I didn't have any of the demon swords. You want to see a taste of what our enemies that don't repent will get? Morgellons, MORGELLONS, swords, images. Please remember, some of the tribe of Dan, Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Denmark. What about you, Sudan? Are you in Africa? Do you want to be the token black niggers with the pale niggers? Like we are with the 12 tribes? Yeah, with the black sheep of the family. Yeah, man. Some of them are walking the book of Job, especially a guy that used to comment, or a girl called Lion of Judah, you know? I really must try and find that comment and write to them and check they're all right. And that's 8, 7, 9, 12. It is still necessary for Erin to offer a sin offering for herself. Similarly, it is still essential for believers today to receive daily cleansing from sin. 1 John 1:7-9. Through Christ, not through me. You know, I may be a priestess. My main job is the female part of the Imam Mahdi, and there's other couples. I think there might be 144,000 of us, because Allah says he used to raise the messenger in every village. It's also, and Lara Kamikini Bay told me this, and that there's 4 Christs, and the colour of the next Christ depends on the direction. And Rezal is the one. He's half Native American. I don't know if he's Gad or like the indigenous Americans that were there before Gad got expelled from the Holy Land. He said she'll be a female, you know, saviour. My message is the same as the Father, King Selassie, and Jarastafari from Ethiopia. That's the Father Jesus prayed to and that we pray to, because Allah is unseen and does not manifest himself as in the physical. He uses the royal family, his servants, you know. So where are we? Leviticus 9:1 to 11:47. Oh well, I can't read that. You want me to just finish this and then do the rest later? I have to do it all, but take my time throughout the week. Yeah, this often happens to me. I'm doing the Torah late, and Jesus says, don't worry, darling, you're on the right timeline, you know. Offerings for the people. Leviticus 9:15. And he brought the people's offerings and took the goat, and then a goat can be go, like go, gadget, go, like go, dot, spell, go, spell. There's witches that do spells, and then like Psalms, you can say they're spells, you know. Are they witchcraft? I don't think so. Go/et, extraterrestrial, which was the sin offering for the people, and slew it and offered it for sin as the first. Isaiah 53:10. And we're not extraterrestrials that come in the sky, though some of them are here, and the Snake Brothers of the Mirror are here. Obviously people from Sirius to collect us dog-star messages. Hal did not sell Lassie, you know his name, SEL.Lassie, that's the name of a dog that had a famous TV show. And we are the Sirius dog-star messengers from Sirius in human form. White Paw was originally called Bagheera. He was in a white form. My grandchild, although she's my daughter now, although she doesn't claim me, she denies me and loves her fake mother, Kaya Shea Martin, also named Ghani, her husband's name. Named the White Ragdoll. We were very expensive. Half Persian. He had blue eyes, and in Persian it's Pa. Noise a cat makes Sion, Sion. Yusuf Ghani, he's very into money, and his lovely parents, who are wonderful Muslims, sent him to a special Iman school, but he didn't want to know. His parents were very kind to me years and years ago. The dad, he was very sick, and we used to pray for him when he was in the hospital. I'd like him to know that. I really hope one day he watches. I'm so sorry, sir, that I have to expose your son, but I have to do that for my own daughter. I know you understand that. You've read the Quran. Every messenger, and obviously there's a messenger in your family. Every messenger has a person opposed to them. And Jesus says, Isa, our worst enemies will be within our own family. Yeah, and he gave me the ragdoll for free, and he was so glad to get out of that little flat where they used to hurt him. I bought him a little Palestine t-shirt and dressed him up, as you do sometimes, like young girls and cats, innocently. And I also brought a Palestine t-shirt for the lovely Muslim family across the road for their young child. White Paul come home not naked, but you know, with just his fur, you know. So God only knows what happens to it. Hopefully he sent it to Palestine for safekeeping. Leviticus 9:16. And he brought the burnt offering and offered it according to the manner.
And he brought the meat offering, Exodus 29, 38 and 39, which is grain or meal, and took a handful thereof, and burned it upon the altar, beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of shalom, peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aaron, or Aaron's daughters, it could be, or Aaron's sons, presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. Leviticus 3:11. Yeah, the female Mahdi is like just a prototype, nothing special, just like a fool made wise, like it says, a fool that Jah used to confound the wise, as it says in the Bible. And because I was, I used the knowledge and shared it and applied myself and studied to show myself approved, which we must keep doing every day, brethren. The more knowledge we get, if we are truly wise, we will say to ourselves, well, the more I realise there's much more to know, and that it is Allah that knows everything. Like it says in the Psalms, do not say promotion comes from the north, the south, the east, and the west. It is God that rises up one and puts down another. Yeah, and I shared the knowledge, so I'm being more careful now. I was just desperate, like the Mortal Technique in a song, when you're in the hell realms, you get a bit desperate. What did he say? Like a criminal searching for his redemption, desperately shouting at God, trying to get his attention. And then that is the third world song, isn't it? Now that we've found love, what are we going to do with it? We're going to spread it all over the world, brothers and sisters. And the negative people with the negative vibration of Satan, they will either perish, disintegrate, blow up, explode, or just fall off the planet. Let's send the whole damn thing into a spaceship and take it home. Amen. Yeah, Alfred Blondie's song, somebody's working out the sound system, Jaja rhythm. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood, which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. Leviticus 3:1 to 11. And the fat of the bullock and of the ram, the rump, and that which cometh inwards, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver. And they put the fat upon the breasts, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. Leviticus 3:5 and 16. And the breast and the right shoulder Aaron waved for a wave offering before the Lord, as Moses commanded. And that's Leviticus 7:30 to 34. So let me just make a little mark, because I'm trying to remember things now a lot better. Give thanks to Allah that I'm not totally brain dead. And the people that are travelling in me, there's a little tiny bit of substance. I must remember to eat. I'm fasting till 4. It's 3:01 PM now. Not so many of the dead coming across today. The last was my Facebook group, Aboriginal Deaths in Police Custody in Australia. That's the tribe of Reuben, the first tribe. And we all know what crime they committed. So that's why Barry was the tribe of Reuben. But it's actually Orion in disguise, because when I was sending him a little bit of money, because he was a travelling musician without much money, I saw on his bank account his name was actually Barry as well. But he called himself Orion, O-R-I-E-N, like the Orion Nebula, and that I believe that's where the ships arriving and coming from. I gave him the ship I stole. My first poem, I thought it was rubbish, but actually, it's not good, literally, but for us believers, it's a gold mine. I'm living in hell, but heaven's my home. I stole the ship, came off to take when he fell. I shouldn't have come, I was too young and green. Can't worry about that now, what's done is done. And then we'll start in a couple of hours or whenever King Saturday, whose name is also Allah, but just A-L-A. So we have to wonder what does the other L and the A mean, that is Allah and then the S-W-T. I just say sweet, because that's what it sounds like. And sweet is a nut. I'm not saying he's a nut job, he's mad. I'm saying he sent his word, Jesus, to heal me of mental illness. Now I'm here to heal others. And it's just the same. You just say, sweet is a nut, like extra sweet, super, super sweet. Yeah, you could say that. But we know that La, A-L, is of La, haha, la, 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 like la, la, laughing. So it just goes to show, Allah does have us in derision. I'm not only the 13th tribe from the Mahdi's, and the 13th tribe of Israel, Dan. We weren't the 13th before, but was it Joseph, the patriarch, Jacob, one of them, made the two sons of Jacob, made the two sons of Joseph, Manasseh and Ephraim, into separate tribes. So we do have 13. There's a book, the 13th tribe, I think it's Alston someone, about the 13th tribe and the non-ethnic Messianic Jews. Some I love, like Paul Wilbur and Joshua Aaron, and I will be playing their music tonight for Holocaust Memorial Day, but at the same time reminding the people that the transatlantic slave trade when we were taken from Africa by the African regiment who joined with the Arabs and sold us into slavery, like the wicked Al Roha. He will be going into slavery himself before he goes to hell forever. Testified in his song, Ahaya, that's God's name for I am. Ahaya, Ahaya, the great I am that I am. The name he gave Prophet Moses at the burning bush. The Africans and Arabs gathered our wives and our children at gunpoint right after they sold us into slavery. That we had slaves, didn't we? So it's all turned around. And even these English that have had a lot of the Irish tribulations from the Catholic Church, especially, like the Mortal Technique says in the song, you pray this white Spanish Jesus whose face is this, Caesar Borgia. That's why the holy prophecy that a true white brother comes from the stars to help them get their land back is not fulfilled, because I did not want any confusion with Caesar Borgia. I'm born and bred a woman, okay? I don't think the Mortal Technique is down with any batty boy. I definitely for 100% know that. As we all should know, someone that leads Haile Selassie's armies is the top ranking soldier of Allah, and we'd not be down with that. And the tribe of Benjamin down the road ruling, because the countries have an embassy, and they've been given with my approval. They already had it, and then I was asked, do I want to extend the contract or something? I said yes straight away. Tech agreed, of course, and Mike did, the little prince. That the tribe of Benjamin from Jamaica, the first 144,000, because they have the father still Selassie in their foreheads. So they've gone out, they were the first to try the new super soldier bodies, But like Lauren says, it's a vibration, the prophecy, 12,000 from the other 12 tribes, excluding Dan, in Charlotte, Godwin and Arabic, will be fulfilled soon. Let this be a lesson. Some of you Hebrew Israelites, the one I love the most, that I always will, is Hebrew Harris. He was the first one to realise I was a tribulation saint. Some of the other things I've said about Muhammad and that have shocked him, because we've all been told some wicked things. I myself have to confess, I was deceived by Satan, but all the saints were. This is in the book of Revelations. Allah says I'm not to feel guilty, and no one is to judge me for that. I've been judged and punished by my own guilty conscience enough. Okay, so there is a blessing that we say after the Torah, but I haven't finished yet, so I'll leave that. I'll just give you the reading. So remember, it's the 8th day, Parashat Gemini. So I'm a twin at Gemini in my own right. So when I'm with Tech, I'm like triplets, the terrible threesome. And that's why I met him as Barry John, because Tech was performing at a gig, hip hop, and I didn't really want to go. I just felt embarrassed that he wouldn't know who I was, and because I'm older than him and not very pretty, and he can have any woman in the world he wants, So Torah is Leviticus 9:1 to 11:47, Haftarah 2 Samuel 6:1 to 7:17, and that's the other Old Testament, Brit Chadashah, Hebrews 8:1 to 6. I like that song, Hebrews, from Negroes to Hebrews, or vice versa, by Lawrence, Lovins, and I'm enjoying a lot of the Muslim, Napej. I especially like by Michael Jackson, Give Thanks to Allah. So let's give thanks to Allah for the Torah. And a lot of these lukewarm Christians have gone off the ship, so my body's feeling a lot better. Like Tech says in the song, I hold the souls of slave masters eternally bleeding. So there's more room on the good shit, lollipop. I'm not, it is to do with NUIT, an Egyptian goddess that carries people in her body, It's something to do with that. I'm not Isis, I'm her shadowy counterpart, Nefertiti's. I thought it was Anubis, I apologise for any confusion. It looks like that Anubis was immortal white paw, formerly known as Kitten, just like Prince says, formerly known as Simple. Yeah, and then Yahweh, as Israel is called his symbolically unfaithful wife, because when she's cheating on him, it's just a different version of him, he's just testing her. Something like that, man. Yeah, God is great. Allah Akbar. I don't know in Hebrew. Okay. Tonight, live prayers. It's prayer 8 now in the UK. I'm thinking maybe 7 p.m. for live prayers. But, if you all want to join together in the prisons, I think it'll be a great time. I have to clean up after I just do some personal psalms for Tech and Whiteboard, because they're coming from the home treatment team to give me dangerous drugs. I asked them today the side effects of these or in other words, pro-psychotics, confusion, distorted thinking, auditory hallucinations, i.e. hearing voices, paranoia, and schizophrenic tendencies. And I blame myself, I used to have them. I had a crush on Angel of Death. Immortal Technique is the main one. Controlled by it last, and I used to shout out and try and commit suicide, and mostly for attention, and just because I just couldn't stand my life. And I call out to Teg. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't come and kill me, just what he wants. Allah controls all of us. I'm to do with the little gods, two away from the Dan of Ireland. Our twin flames were in Africa, so I suppose you're all in America now. I don't know if the last split us up. I found one of the enemies suspected that the two angels in the Quran that have the power to split up married couples if Allah wishes. All things turn to good for those who love Yah, for those who are called according to his command. That's in the Bible, and I truly believe we were all called at once. Many have gone astray from the narrow path or the straight path in the Quran. Guide us to the straight path of Allah, the path of those you have blessed, who incur no anger and have not gone astray. So long, stand go for, bye for now in Irish. It's been lovely speaking. Thank you so much for your acceptance. Anyone is welcome. I will be sending books and also a weekly letter to Laron, whoever I find to replace him, listing the Torah scriptures and just little signs and symbols that I see, because I'm also for signs and symbols. And yeah, and of course the man Imam Mahdi will be going to Palestine and fighting physically, of course, jihad. I'm telling the jihad of the truth, Emet in Hebrew. Bye for now.